completely mad?
No, you're insane.
It's the Madhouse, episode 49. It's me, Ultimate Spy 53, your host. And I have with me this week...
Oh, I'm Steven Kovoc, also Steve Kovoc, so... Yeah, hi.
Hello.
And who else but bigdinoguy? Welcome to hell, bitches. Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, so this week is huge because me, the host of this amazing podcast, went to Emerald City Comicon, Friday, and I have a whole lot of information to tell you. Sunday I'll have more things to talk about, but I'll probably be in a vlog, because this is a weekly show, so I can't talk about it, I can't do another episode of this on Sunday. It won't really work like that, so I'm probably going to do a vlog about it. But my experience for Emerald City Comicon for Friday was just insane. I got to meet, so I got to see Stanley, I got his autograph.
I got Stanley's autograph.
Wait, what? You did?
A few, I think it was last year, my dad actually met Stanley at a convention. And he got an autograph while he was, and he gave it to me with a poster that has Stanley in a Spider-Man outfit.
Oh my god.
An innocent spider, and then X out has Stan instead.
That's awesome.
And then he signed it.
So, my journey to the convention center was hell. Because I was in full costume, I had 22 pounds of chainmail covering my body on my back. I had the only thing I was wearing on my feet were boots. So the story happened where I got to the convention center. I'm like, okay, well, I want to see the first panel. This really cool show called Outlander. I want to see the panel for that. And then I found out that I'm like, okay, well, better find the bag check for that, because they said there was a bag check, and I had to pull cash anyway. So unfortunately, because the way the convention center is set up, it's impossible to find anything there. I mean, they have maps, but they're really hard to read. So think of like a map, and like it gives you like very little information, or like a game or a toy that gives you like no instructions. Like, okay, what do I do with this? Like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this. And so what I had to do was I like went all over the convention center looking for the bag check, looking at the maps and everything. And I went to the one panel or one table, and they said over there. I'm like, okay, so I went over there, and they told me it was like downstairs. So I went downstairs. I think I was on the wrong floor, so I went downstairs, and then I finally found the bag check. And like I was been following this Facebook page. It's called for the Emerald City Comicon. People who post their cosplay pictures and stuff. Turns out that the person I asked the question about was right about the cash. So I had to go all the way back upstairs, go to the ATM, pay the $3 fee to get $20 because you can't, because that banks work, because you can't pull any money that you want. You have to have $20. So I pulled $20, went all the way back downstairs, gave them the money, they gave me back my money, and then I was able to finally, wander a bit, and I went up to the one of the floors that had the weapons check. I got my weapons check, because unfortunately I can't play with my sword. I can't use it in like photos because it's like banned. That's just how the con works. If you've ever been to a convention, you know how that works. It's kind of stupid, but
Did you say that your sword is banned?
No. An actual sword is banned. Mine's metal and bladed, yes, but it was also dull, so I didn't have to worry about that. And then I'm like, okay, well, there's some panels I want to see. They look awesome. They sound awesome. So one of them was an Outlander panel about it's this really amazing drama show that I wanted to see a panel on. I completely missed that because traffic was hell. It was just terrible. Like, ugh, the worst traffic ever. And there was also a 7 Deadly Sins panel, which is a anime on Netflix. It's really good. And there was the only free signing of that, because all the autographs you can get, cost money. Like Stanley, he costs like $100 in cash. So I was like, oh my god, I've already finished that show. I want to see this awesome. I want to meet them. I want to get their autographs for free. Unfortunately, I missed that too. I'm like, okay, well, there's a panel on Doctor Who that I want to go see. There's a big panel on Doctor Who, like the 10 seasons they've done so far. I want to see it. I want to go see it. Missed that too because of how long it took there, because like most of the panels that I was gonna see were at the TCC. Yeah, well, no, not everything, just 3 panels. Only 3 panels. It's no big deal. But the big problem about Friday was finding the frickin' TCC. When I went on the website, the Emerald City Comicon website, I did not know what that meant. I'm like, okay, that could be anything. It's an acronym for who knows what. I have no idea what the TCC is. And it's like, that's when it just said the TCC. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? I don't understand. And so I went around and around and around. I met up with my sister's friend, Kyra, who happens to run a booth at the Funko booth. And I finally found one of the floors. This convention is huge, so it's like impossible to find anything. It's crowded, you know, big in the shit, you know, all that stuff. Finally found a wall that said this way to the TCC. I'm like, okay, great. So I finally made my way over there. Where there was actually a panel on VR, creativity in VR. I was gonna see, basically talking about VR. It was really fun, actually interesting. And I finally went down to the TCC. I'm like, oh, so the TCC stands for the Conference Center. You could have told me that, people. So, I
expected you to know, I guess.
It's not my fault. They didn't tell me what it meant. I looked on the website. It's like, okay, what is the TCC for? And then nothing on the website told me anything. It's like so unhelpful. So what ended up happening is I finally went down there. There was a Star Wars exhibit that was going on there. There was a lot of Star Wars at the convention. I'll talk about that later. But there was a big Star Wars exhibit hall area that was going on. I went down and I went outside because the map told me to go up the Pike Street and then down. I couldn't tell which way. I went down and then I went up a block. I'm like, okay, this isn't right. So I went all the way back in, and then I found out that you know how a lot of places have the numbers, like the floor numbers, like room 305 or room 204. Those mean the floors. So floor 100 is all the ones that have like room 104 or whatever. Found out, so it's the same kind of thing with my bag check. I finally found the floor, and it was not where I expected it to be. It was completely the other end of the convention. I had to walk all the way over there. I mean, imagine me in 22 pounds of chainmail, real chainmail. I was weighing down. I was getting tired as shit. So, I finally found it, and I was late to it. It's actually a really interesting story. Of course I was, yeah, because freaking traffic. So, what ended up happening was the panel that I went to. I was a little late to that one because I didn't get there in time because I couldn't find anything. But what ended up happening was I heard a story about one of the guys. I didn't remember their names because I couldn't. My autism triggered the entire time. And I ended up hearing a story about one of the guy who was telling the story. I didn't remember his name because I didn't remember. One of the things he was talking about was the VR stuff and experience like that. One of the ones he was talking about was essentially the sweat can kill VR. So I think he was playing a game and his sweat was going through the VR. It essentially killed the VR set. So imagine VR, you're putting a headset on, you sweat through it, it goes into the VR, and it kills it. Just like water to electricity, it just kills it, like your phone, just kills it. So, the company's like, oh...
that tends to happen with electricity.
Yeah, it does, yeah. So what ended up happening is, the guy was like, oh no, so sweat, it's broken now, crap. The company's like, oh, sorry, we did not realize that sweat could do that. Okay, here you go, here's another one. It's like, yeah, that's right, give me a new one. I didn't know that sweat could kill this thing, neither do I. So, yeah, there's the other story that he told. I only remember 2 of them because it was a lot to take in. But another one of the stories that I heard was about, I think the guy he was a dad and he has a daughter, and it was a time where the daughter was playing a game on the VR, and I think it was a really, really frustrating game. So they had like a $1,700 flat screen TV. She literally punched a hole in the TV not warranted TV. Means warranty just means you can't.
You saw this?
No. He told the story. He told the story about his daughter punching a hole in the TV, breaking it, no warranty. So she ended up having to pay $1,200 plus $500 was his because she couldn't afford that. So it just goes to show you that when you're using VR, you gotta be careful about how you use it, because you can't just be like, oh, this is so, oh no, oh crap, I just broke a TV, oops. That's not the good thing, that's not the best thing to do. So
yeah, that's one of the things.
Yeah. What were you saying?
That's one of the things I'm kind of worried about.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it was honestly, it was an interesting panel to hear about, because a lot of the amazing things, because VR and like one of the things with like, you know, who here, you know, doesn't want, who here wants VR to stop, and like, and no one raised their hands, like, who thinks VR is stupid, like, no one raised their hands. I mean, that's pretty clever. So, what?
The sick part of me thinks it's actually kind of funny.
What?
About the whole story.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny actually. They only had each of them had their own little stories. I didn't remember all of them. I only remember the 2 of them.
Yeah.
So after that, I wandered around. I got some photos because, you know, that's me. And I finally I got, like, you know, I got some poses. I didn't get a lot of them because I didn't really talk a lot. Because well, technically it was an advantage because Link doesn't talk ever. He just grunts and goes, ah, like that. That's literally what he did. So after that, I think what happened was I went to the Halo collecting thing. This is really awesome panel that I saw. I can't remember I can't remember exactly when it happened, but it was a really awesome panel that I saw where they were talking about like all these amazing Halo collectibles. Because basically this panel on, I was late to that one too. It basically is panel on 15 years of Halo collectibles. So like all this amazing Halo collectibles, like big statues of Spartans and everything, and then you got like they showed off a Mega Bloks Halo Wars 2 stop motion video, which was really cool. It was promotion for Halo Wars 2. Then they showed off a bunch of really cool things like an Arbiter, the Arbiter from Halo 2 and 3 and 5. It looks like he popped out of the screen, out of the game, literally. That's how cool the collectible is. I mean, I'm personally not a collectible guy for that kind of stuff, but it was a really cool panel, and they showed off a lot of really cool stuff, and they showed off a new book for about Halo 2 Wars 2. It was a really cool stuff, and they also had like, they showed off helmets for Spartans and everything. I mean, not to mention the cosplay also had that too. But and the more exciting thing that I saw after that was a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 panel with Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu, and Sean Gunn, who plays one of the Ravagers. Now, the luckiest thing happened to me at that panel. Now, he was talking about, you know, experience, people were asking questions. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I might as well go up there and ask a question. So I was a little late, maybe like, I don't know, half hour into the panel. I'm like, okay, well, I have a good question. I should go ask him. So I went up there. And this story is gonna make you so jealous right now. You can hate me all you want, but this just happened. But so I went there, and they were like, okay, I'm really nervous. I have a question. I know what to ask him. It got down to like the last. I'm looking at my clock. I'm like, oh god, the panel's almost over. Please, my question has to be answered. So what happened was they asked like the last 2 questions. Like the person in front of the panel was like, okay, we have 2 more questions, and then I was like the 3rd person in that line. It was like one. Kind of like the panels at PAX where you have like 2 lines on opposite sides of the hall, 1 line and another line. So one of them got the question, one of the other guys got the question. It's like, okay, well, that's it. And then Michael Rooker's like, fuck no. Well, he didn't literally say fuck no, but he's like, fuck no, I'm not. Here you go. You know what? Here's the lightning round. So he went up to all these panelists on the side of the thing to answer questions, like really fast questions. Like, you know how you see podcasts where like, okay, quick question now, go, and then like you ask the question as fast as you can. So when it came to me, I'm like, because I was the first in line on that other side. So he finished up, he went all the way over to me. The craziest thing happened. So as you know, I was talking about earlier in this show that I had my sword, like I couldn't use it, I couldn't take it out. So Michael Rooker, Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, he freaked out and nerded out and took my sword out of the sheath with everyone watching me, and started playing with it. He's like, oh my god, yeah, awesome. And then he's like, and then like I got to ask the question, and I got touched by Michael Rooker. He touched me and like put my mic to my face, and I asked him the question. And of course, he couldn't answer. The question I asked him was, how has Yondu's relationship with Star-Lord changed? I actually said changed because I was really nervous. Changed since Season 1, aka Volume 1, because I accidentally messed that up. I said Season 1 instead of Volume 1. My bad. He just said, I can't answer that. like, oh! I mean, this is freaking Michael Rooker.
Well, really quick.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I love Michael Rooker. He's one of my favorite actors.
I know, it was amazing, and I mean, this is live, so I was probably in the video, I'm probably on TV, actually. And the craziest thing happened before the questions happened, he actually tried to call James Gunn. Like, he actually, like, called him, like, oh, I'm trying to call James Gunn, and he's like, everyone was watching him, Michael Rooker trying to call James Gunn on the panel. He's like, okay, I'm gonna try to call him. Oh, sounds like he's in a panel. Okay, and he just like laughing his ass off, like just like, because he's a celebrity. He's Michael Rooker, Michael fucking Rooker. He's like, you know, doing his Yondu voice, and I think one of the fans actually asked him to do the Yondu whistle, and he actually did it. But he was like he was laughing, and like he's like, trying to get James Gunn. Hello, James. So. It was really awesome to see that experience, and like, you know, some of the questions that were asked, apparently one of the ones that was asked was, how long did it take him to get into the Yondu makeup? Took him 2.5 to 3 hours to put that blue makeup on, and then he actually told a story about the fact that he can sweat through the makeup. So there was a time on set of Guardians 2 where he actually ran around in character, like in the makeup and everything. It's like, and I remember one time when I was on set, when I actually tried to, I'm like, okay, I wonder if I can sweat for this makeup. So I ran around the set, and then I found out that actually my sweat could actually leak through the makeup. So I found that I can actually sweat through the makeup, and that was a really awesome story. So not only was I featured on TV, probably. And he got to like totally. He's like, you know, someone can really hurt someone. You can really hurt someone with this, because I couldn't actually use it because, you know, Michael Rooker, he's a celebrity, so he can use it whenever he wants to. Like he has the, you know, access to that. But oh my god, that was like the best experience ever. I got to not only meet a celebrity, but actually touch him. I got to touch him. That was an unbelievable experience for me. And that's not all of it. Let's see. I'm not everything I'm gonna tell. I did meet this really cool friend of. I met a new friend at the convention after the James Gunn and Sean Gunn, or no, the Michael Rooker and Sean Gunn thing, where you know this girl came up to me, or no, came up to me. I was like, oh my god, my phone's low on power. I had put in my boots. And I'm like, oh my god, my phone's low on power, better go charge it. There's an outlet. So I'm like, okay, outlet. And then this girl in a Miss Marvel cosplay, full-on cosplay wig, everything, went over, and she wasn't trying to like make a conversation, but she's like, yes, outlet. And so I'm like, because I am autistic, so I have a really hard time with, talking to girls, because my main point of going to the convention was to, one, make a friend, and possibly make it go further, but main focus was a friend. So I introduced myself, I asked her about how,
Dude, I thought you were dating someone.
I wasn't, no, not anymore. But it was really cool, and now I have her phone number, and we are probably gonna meet up tomorrow and, hang out. She likes the DC comics, she likes Marvel comics.
So you're not
No. But it was really awesome. After that, we got to see Jeremy Renner on stage, talk about his role as Hawkeye. I didn't get to ask my question. But overall, my experience for Friday, and I'm gonna have a lot more to talk about on Sunday, so go check my vlog out. I'm gonna do a vlog on that. It was just unbelievable. I mean, also, one more thing that happened before I go into the cosplay that I saw was so there. Stanley, he's 94 years old. He's Actually, I think he quickly filmed those cameos for the rest of Phase 3, just to be safe, because he's getting really old. And when I went to the Sheraton Hotel, which, by the way, that story is coming up right now. So I was, you know, I'm like, okay, well, where's Stan Lee? I want to get his autograph. I have $100 in cash here. I want to get his autograph. So I'm like, okay, well, where's the Sheraton Hotel? I don't understand where that is. And I looked on the map, and it's like, oh, I have to go down the street. I'm like, okay. So I wandered a bit, and I finally, you know, put it on Google Maps. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll use Google Maps. So I finally went outside, got myself rained on because it was raining, and I finally went up to the Sheraton Hotel. It just said Saddle Sheraton. I'm like, okay. And so I read, I'm like, well, this is a hotel. This is actually a hotel. Yeah, I know it's a hotel, but like people are literally like pulling like trolls and everything. It's an actual hotel. I'm like, this isn't even like the right place. It's everyone's in cosplay. I'm like, okay, this is awkward. So, what ended up happening was I'm like, okay, well, this is the place, so I might as well go in. So I went in. I'm like, okay, this is not like the thing on the app. Like, okay, well, this does not seem right at all. I turned to my left, and there was an Ursula cosplayer from the Command Center Hall. Someone cosplayed as Ursula. I'm like, okay, this is the right place. So I went upstairs. I went around, and I saw a very sad memorial board of Carrie Fisher. Unfortunately, there was a really it was really cool, but it was really sad in a little way, because I had, like, you know, her episode 6 hairstyle and costume from that movie, and her General Leia you know, outfit from episode 7. And Carrie Fisher herself, and it had a whole huge board of, like, in memory of Carrie Fisher, and it was really sad to see, but it's like, you got, like, billions of names on it. It was crazy. Unfortunately, I was really in a big hurry to see Stan Lee, so I didn't really get to sign it. Probably go sign it tomorrow. But, and then I went over, I kind of wandered because I was trying to figure out what Stan Lee was. So, I wandered a bit, and then I found out, and I saw the one and only Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, signing autographs. I did not go over to him because I had to pay cash for that. I want to get a sign, but I saw him. I literally saw him signing autographs, like going like this, you know, just signing. That was really cool to see. And then I finally got lost a little bit, and then I asked for directions to get up to where Stan Lee was. I finally went out, and I saw the Instacart room, which is where John Renner was signing autographs. And then I finally found the Stan Lee room, and I finally went in, and then when I saw Stan Lee, I'm like, oh my god, it's Stan Lee. Holy shit, this can't be happening. It was Stan Lee. His hair was a little different, but it was sure enough Stan Lee. The glasses and everything. It was crazy. So I didn't have anything really to sign except my badge. So I got my shield, and I put my phone away because I couldn't take pictures, of course. And then I finally got to the table, and the sad truth about this experience was that he is getting older, and he's probably not going to last very long. In fact, he might die in the next week or so, or year, because of how old he's getting. What? I've
Seriously, where the fuck did you hear that? Hey,
I've been told that by my family, that he's not going to last. He's not in good health.
My great grandmother lived until she was 99.
I'm just saying, he's not doing well right now, and that's why he didn't look very, you know, active, and he just was very slow.
He hasn't been active for years aside from his cameo.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. That's the thing I'm talking about.
I mean, holy shit, man.
But I feel bad for him.
Like, give at least 10 years. He might
I hope.
make it.
We hope.
Don't
we can
be
only hope.
so damn morbid, man.
We hope. But I felt really bad because I'm like, oh, he looks like he's like, when he was signing autographs, he was like slowly writing them. I just felt, people actually had to like help him out and like, okay, Stan, this is the next one, for Stan Lee. So I finally got my autograph. It was really good. Not that much, just Stan Lee. I actually have it. If you want to see it, I actually have it. But it was unbelievable to see. So overall, it was not a bad experience. And as for the cosplay, I actually have a list of the cosplays that I caught. And let me pull it up here. They were really, really cool. Basically, every like geekdom you can think of, from every media, Star Wars, DC, Marvel, everything, I saw. And actually, I have pictures. If you want to go on Skype real quick, I actually have pictures of all of them. Let's see, where's the list? It was actually the Dalek from PAX that I saw. Let's see. Okay, so there's lots of Jedi, lots of DC Comics characters, including the Joker, Harley Quinn, Bane, Batman, at least 2 of them, Penguin, Riddler, Green Arrow, The Flash, Kid Flash, and Jesse Quick, and that's from the DC side of things. And actually, I was actually standing next to the girl in the Jesse Quick costume, which is pretty cool. And then I saw some Marvel characters in cosplay, including 2 Captain Americas, a guy in a full Iron Man suit with lights and helmet, everything. He didn't actually he wasn't actually wearing the helmet, but he was actually walking around as Iron Man himself. It was pretty awesome to see. I was flabbergasted actually to see that. Let's see, there's also a Lady Thor, because that's the new comics. They're doing that now. A Hawkeye, 2 Wolverines, several Deadpool. Actually, there was a Deadpool inside of a Baymax from Big Hero 6. It was pretty cool. Several Spider-Mans, including one for the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the upcoming Spider-Man Homecoming, and Miles Morales. There was at least 2 of those. And from Star Wars, there was Darth Vader, steampunk Darth Vader, a girl in an R2-D2 dress, some Jedi, a Twilly, or whatever you call those, the people with the tentacles, like Aayla Secura, a few Reys, as well as Ben Kenobi, some guy who was old enough to he actually dressed up as the Ben Kenobi from Episode 4. That was pretty awesome.
Who?
You know Ben Kenobi from Episode 4?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
I just heard some actor from Episode 4.
Yeah, no. And then on Doctor Who's side, there were at least 2 10th Doctors, one in the big brown coat and one not. A 4th Doctor, an 11th Doctor, an Amy, and a River Song. And the Dalek from PAX, which was really awesome. There's also a bunch of Disney characters like Cinderella. There was a really cool Cinderella one. 2 of them actually. It was Ariel. There was a Ursula. There was a Baymax. There was Merida, Tiana, Elsa, and Anna. So a lot of them. Let's see, and of course there's some Zelda cosplays too. So those are pretty much all the cosplays that I saw that I really liked. If you want to see more of them, go into the Skype chat room, and I have all the pictures so far that I have seen. But oh my god, some of them are amazing. Actually, one of the ones that I saw was unbelievable. So, you know about the Wonder Woman movie coming out this year that's starring Gal Gadot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, some woman somehow got the costume that looks exactly like the movie costume. Like, it looks like it came out of the movie. It's like, it literally looks like it's metal and everything. It looks amazing, and it's like the one from the movie. Someone cosplayed as Wonder Woman from that movie with like the realistic armor and everything. It looked awesome. I mean, there was a lot of cosplay. There was even a Bumblebee from Transformers. Someone cosplayed as Bumblebee from Transformers. It was so cool to see. If you want to see what it looks like, actually, I believe I have it in my my account on Skype. I can show you if you want to see it. But oh my god, some of the cosplays are just insane. People go to the extreme lengths to actually do all this shit. It's just crazy. Although there was a Dark Link too. I passed him. I didn't actually get to ask about a meetup, everything. And also, I remember before I left the con on Friday. I didn't go today because I didn't get a badge. But I remember before I left the convention, I saw Katara, or a girl dressed as a Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender, with the actual hair loopies, not the crappy Nicole Peltz costume from the M. Night Shyamalan. That's terrible. But the girl actually went to the effort to actually making the hair loopies from Katara from season 1 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was pretty cool, actually. I mean, some of the cosplays awesome. One more thing from Star Wars that I saw, and this was incredible. So I went to the part of I think it was the main stage area floor, because there's a lot, because Washington Secret Visitor is really big. So there was a part of the show floor that I went to where there was like at least 3 or 4 droids from Star Wars, all fully functional with all lights, panels opening up, everything. I actually have a video of it. It's really cool. Actually, the R2-D2 they have actually makes noises, like the beeps and everything. It's really cool. Especially if you're a Star Wars nerd, like most of us are in this podcast. But my goodness, a lot of them were crazy. Like, of course, obviously Rey. There was Rey and Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. But oh my God, it was amazing. So yeah, I think I'll take a break for a little bit, and I think Big Donuguy wants to talk about a fandom he's really into for a little bit.
Hey guys, really quick. So I'm sorry to be butting in like this. However, Echo is horrid. But anyway, there's big news that I need to talk about to the pro listeners, since I've got to go soon, and next week I'm not going to be here. But huge fucking news just dropped. Covenant, man. Holy, this movie is looking just absolute epic. Again, I'm sorry for stealing the show from you.
It's fine.
But I have to do this. I'm a huge Alien and Predator fan. And not only did we get an entire picture of the cast of the Covenant, just like 2 characters are missing, which brings back a lot of theories, but we got our first like real picture of the cast. We also got a promo to the movie. It was like a 4-minute promo, which was like an epilogue, kind of showing the characters and their interactions, and kind of like the basis of what this ship is going through, why they're going to the place. And we got the new trailer. Holy shit. This movie looks like what Prometheus was supposed to be. Prometheus, for any fans of the Alien series, you know the hype that was around this movie when it first came out. Ridley Scott, the original director of Alien, the first movie, was finally going to come back and redo his amazing horror movie. He was going to bring it back to its roots, and it was originally described as an origin of the Xenomorphs, which is the alien species. That's what we were promised. However, Ridley Scott basically got his head stuck up his ass, and right at the last minute went against what he promised fans and made an origin of mankind bullshit. I'm sorry what we want there to see. I want there to see an alien movie. I want there to see this. I did not go there to look at a whole god complex. This movie finally looks like it's going to talk about the engineers. They're going to talk about the Xenomorphs. The Xenomorph, and we got a couple of glimpses of like these Neomorphs, they're being called, which are like if you're a fan of the series, you know what I'm talking about. But basically, Xenomorphs, but not quite the same thing. We got these images, and it just looks beautiful. The imagery that we have of this planet is fantastic. I'm just here at the end of March, and this is probably going to be the first movie that I see living on my own while in Kansas. I am so fucking excited for this movie.
Hopefully it doesn't suck out.
I am worried though. Because I'm a huge fan of this, and I do reviews, so I have to mention this point. Even though I'm a huge fan, I'm really looking forward to this movie. I'm very worried about the fact that they showed the Xenomorph already, and they showed glimpses of the Neomorph, something that we had never seen on a screen before. It looked like it was losing some of its bang. I hope to God that they don't do the same thing as a lot of other movies have lately, where they showed the big climactic parts. We already know the characters are going to die. If you watch a lot of movies and stuff like that, you can probably guess who's going to die in what order, or vaguely around there. You can kind of guess, okay, when each thing is going to be happening, and they're kind of lining it out. And I hope to God that I am wrong. I really hope. I want to go in. I want to be excited. I want to see these characters. I want the shit scared out of me. I hope to God that they can actually follow through with his promise. Oh, there with this guy. He's got some amazing chops. He's the guy who did Alien, Blade Runner. I think he also did Gladiator, and so many other movies. He's done some amazing stuff. I hope that this is a good substitute.
Yeah.
When this movie was first announced, Neil Blomkamp, who did Elysium, District 9, and Chappie.
Oh, I haven't seen Chappie yet.
Doing Alien 5.
I still need to see that movie actually.
Which was taking place
the Halo movie
before the third and fourth film in the Alien series, basically retconning those two pieces of shit, and then finally bringing back the story of Ripley and Hudson and Newt. Maybe ecstatic. Most fans, at least, I was ecstatic because I hated those two movies. Well, okay, watch my reviews, you'll know my real thoughts of those. But but because they took them off in so many different strides, it was fucking ridiculous. But anyway, because Ridley Scott was kind of pushy, even though we were supposed to have gotten Alien 5 around the same time, he basically pushed Fox away. No, you're doing my movie, and basically shoved Neil Blomkamp out the door. Right now, even though the film was announced, we had some amazing concept arts that just looked amazing, and I was really looking forward to seeing this movie. Basically, Ridley Scott threw it out the door and said, no, you're doing my movie, and now the likelihood of getting an Alien 5 are slim to none himself. He said that in his own Twitter feed. I pray to God that that Ridley Scott doesn't fuck this up like he did Prometheus. I still enjoy the movie, but it's the only reason why I watch that movie is because it takes place within the Alien universe, and I want to look at the space jockeys. Not calling them fucking engineers, they're space jockeys. Right. Sorry, just
that's fine.
The way that they've been treating these last couple of movies have been fucked up beyond all belief. I hope to God that they finally bring back the Xenomorphs in a way that does homage to the original stuff. I hope to God that they actually do a good horror movie and bring it back to its roots. They have some amazing imagery. It looks like it has potential. If Ridley Scott fucks it up, I pray to God he doesn't. I really want a good movie. So we had after before Prometheus, the last two Alien movies that we had were the 2004 Alien vs. Predator movie and the sequel Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Both movies have basically been retconned. I wish they weren't, but at the same time, they are not that good of movies, especially not within the two greatest horror movie icons. Two of them, and it's sci-fi at that. My two personal favorite universes or the video games and books are a hell of a lot better than those two pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So bring it back to its roots. They have the potential. Ridley Scott is an amazing director. I love his work. But please, God, don't give me another Prometheus. But beyond that, I'm still looking forward to it. I can promise you that on I think it's May 5th?
No, that's the Guardians. That's Guardians.
Huh?
That's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Anyway, I can promise you that the day that Alien Covenant comes out, I am going to be there. I'm going to be sitting my ass in the seat, leaning back, getting the shit scared out of me. Looking forward to this movie, and I pray to God that I pray to God it's good. We need a win here. Fans of the Alien universe, we need a win, and I think that we can finally get it with this movie. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless America.
Some insightful things you got there.
Anyway, I'm sorry I had to do that rant. And really quick, again, a plug for my stuff.
Okay.
I'm not going to be on next week, most likely, unless we do next week on
which, by the way,
Friday.
I want to say
unless we do the episode 50.
Yeah, 50
on Friday, the pre-recording.
Mhm.
I can be on, but on Saturday, I'm busy as hell.
Okay.
Hell here. The week after, though, I'm out of town, and I got family here because my mom's getting married.
Yay!
Next week after that, I should be on. I don't know for certain. My mom's getting back from her honeymoon. Week after that, I'll be talking to you from Kansas.
Okay. So, like you said, yeah. What?
Yeah. I should be on, but I can't guarantee.
Okay. Like I said before, next week, whenever we record it, this will be the 50th episode of the Madhouse. I mean, we had a 1-year celebration, but 50 isn't quite as big a deal, but it's pretty important, so I think we'll have some pretty cool things to talk about. 50, it's a pretty big number, so, yeah, I think to wrap it up, for this episode, I know we're not an hour yet, but, you know, we can probably wrap it up. I'm just gonna say the last few cosplays that I saw were pretty cool. One of them was Supergirl, like 2 of them. One of them was from the 1984 movie, and one of them was from the TV show, with the full poor highlights and everything. It's pretty good. In the Flash, they had some kid dressed up as the Flash from the CW show, and used a cap, and like I don't know if you've seen the Flash, but oh my god, someone did because most of the pictures that I've seen on the Emerald City Comicon page, he's like the focus of everything. I mean, imagine if you guys cosplayed as a character that you loved, and like, you know, spent all this money on a costume, and then like you go to the con and then you got like every picture with someone, and you're like, and you just put it like, hey guys, I'm the Flash, check me out. It's like, I mean, that would be. I want to be in his position, because that would. If I was in his position, that would be awesome. Just, I mean, the thing with him, I mean, he didn't have the mask or anything, but I mean, honestly, most of the cosplaying was incredible. I got like Gears of War, Halo, Star Wars, DC, Marvel. So basically anything. I didn't see any alien stuff, but I'm not saying there won't be. I'm not saying there won't be any. I just haven't seen anything yet. So if I find one tomorrow, I'll take a picture for you.
Please.
Because
I'm their biggest fan. I don't care who is cosplaying. I don't care how big the cosplay is. Take a picture with an alien or a predator, and tell them that this is for their biggest fan.
Yep. So basically, any media, comic book, movie, video game character you ever want to see as a cosplay, that was it. So you guys think of anything in movies, video games, TV that you love, a character, they were in. There were actually a lot of Walking Dead characters in that I didn't really care for, but good. I mean, they had like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, Game of Thrones. There was a Disney stuff. There was I think I mentioned Baymax with a Deadpool inside. That was pretty funny to see. Someone did I don't know how they did it, but they got a Baymax with Deadpool inside. I mean, seriously. I mean, some people actually did the actual Deadpool costume from the movie, but oh my god, some of the cosplay is just outrageous and really, really cool. One of the ones that I managed to get a picture of before it was too late was, so I don't know if you guys know about the Fantastic Four movie from 2005 and 2005, the first one. So they had a Doctor Doom character. There was a Doctor Doom in that movie. Someone did Doctor Doom as a cosplay, and it looks like the movie. I have a picture on Skype, and it's actually really cool. But someone I was walking around I think that was the main stage floor, because it's like the convention is huge. It's really hard to find anything. So think of like any kind of convention you've been to, if you've ever been to one, or just think of a big area. It's huge. It's really hard to find things. I was on the main show floor. I went around the corner, saw a bunch of cosplays, and then I found one of them was Doctor Doom. It was really cool. Of course, it was also like, you know, Batman and other stuff. I mean, of course there's Batman. Why would there be Batman? Because that's so. Just, you know, both of you, ask me what cosplay what characters you like. Any movie, TV, video game, anything. Just ask me.
Me?
Yeah. What's your favorite character from anything?
What's my favorite character?
Yeah, from anything, any kind of movie or anything.
Commander Shepard.
I think there was actually. I don't think it was. Actually, I think yeah. I think I saw one. I think I saw at least two armors that had the N7 logo from Mass Effect, because there was a Mass Effect meetup.
Garrus Vakarian, also from Mass Effect.
I don't know. I haven't actually finished that game, but I know there was at least two cosplayers with N7 logos on their chests. I think one of them was Commander Shepard. So, and there was actually a bunch of Spartans outside and a bunch of Marvel stuff, and I think the Spartans were really, really cool to see. And like, oh my god, people. I mean, if you think you're you're like, oh my god, there's a con coming up. I want to dress up. Okay, I'm thinking like $300 on the cosplay. Some of the cosplays are just incredible. Like, they look like they came out of the video game or movie. It is just incredible. I mean, seriously, anything you've seen out there that you think would I would love to see someone actually dress up as that. They did it, and they actually made it look like from the movie. It's incredible. Star Wars, there was Darth Vader that was walking around doing the actual the lights and everything, and there was a steampunk. People doing steampunk. I don't know why that's so popular now, but people are doing steampunk. There's a lot of them. It's just insane. It was also one of the ones I missed, and I felt so bad about it, was a bell, because when I was taking pictures, I also had my shield, and so I was like, okay, I want to get this. I want to give this cosplayer. I was like, oh no, it's on the wrong setting. So I'm like, okay, oh, and then it went away. And I didn't get the Darth Vader, but it was insane. Oh my god, it just, some of the cosplay that I saw was just breathtaking to see, and there'll be a lot more to see on Sunday, so I will definitely let you know. You can watch my vlog. I'm gonna make a vlog on Sunday about it. So that is my experience on Comic-Con for Friday, and I really hope you enjoy the stories I have to tell. So yeah, I think we're not quite at time, but I think that's all I can say about this, and I'll probably have more next week and other stuff. So thank you so much for listening to awesomeness that was me at Comic-Con. I'm a popular guy now, I think. So yeah, thank you again for listening. If you liked our rants and stuff, make sure to give this podcast a thumbs up, subscribe, and also, while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to bigdinoguy and Steve Kovoc. Their links will be in the description. And yeah, again,
I promise I'll upload more when I move to Kansas.
It means so much to us that you listen to our disgraceful rants and just nerd stuff all around. And we will see you for episode 50 next time, whenever that may be.
Yeah.
Alright, see ya. Bye.
Adios. Baby.